Ghost towns. Ghost towns. A deserted town. In 1862, John White found gold by a creek in what is now Montana. Soon after, many people were there in hopes of finding more gold. But the next year, about 3,000 people lived in the nearby town. Millions of dollars worth of gold was found there. Once gold became hard to find, the town turned into a ghost town. Ghost towns are places where people no longer live. As shown on the map above, these empty towns are found around the world. People often leave a town because of some tree or because they can no longer find work. Visitors imagine what life was like for people who once called these places home. Resources vanish. Many ghost towns, like the one in Montana, are left after a record runs out. In 1908, a railroad worker found a diamond in an African desert. People moved to the area, and soon a new town was born. After diamonds became hard to find there, everyone left. An animal can also be an important resource. An island in Atlantic Ocean is home to a hunting ghost town. That was one a busy whaling port in the 19th. Many companies on the island hunted whales. Over time, there were fewer whales around the island. Whaling companies were soon gone and everyone left the island. Buildings, boats, and equipment can be found in the deserted town. Forces of nature. Some places become ghost towns because of nature events. More than 10,000 people used to live on an island in the Caribbean Sea. A volcano on the island had not been active for many years. In 1995, the volcano erupted and it has been active ever since. The capital city was left in ruins. More than half the people who live on the island have moved away. A ghost town in southern Italy sits on a steep cliff far above the rest of the land. Natural events caused people in the village to leave. They had to deal with earthquakes, landslides, poor health, crime, and many other problems. Over half the people left to find an easier way of life. In the 1960s and 1970s, the village was almost totally ruined by landslides. The people who still lived there were moved in the valley early nearby. Deadly land. Some places are most impossible to live in after the land turns deadly. A mining town in the mountains of Pennsylvania is now almost completely deserted. One day in 1962, the town's trash dump was set on fire to clean up for a holiday. The dump sat on top of an old mining pit just outside the town. The fire was not put right, and it spread into the mines around the pit. No one could stop it. After many years, the fire began to burn under the town. Deadly gas came into people's homes. The holes opened up in the ground. Many people moved away. The houses were torn down. Only 8 people were allowed to stay for the rest of their lives. the fire is likely to burn for many more years. Water can be just as deadly as fires. In March 2011, a powerful earthquake struck off the coast of Japan. The earthquake caused huge waves that hit a nuclear power plant near a quiet town. As a result, harmful radiation was released in the air. Thousands of people who lived near the plant had to move away. No one knows when or if anyone will be allowed to go back. A hard way of life. Towns are sometimes left because they are too remote. Kilda is a group of small islands that are part of Scotland. For a long time, fewer than 200 people lived there. However, people had a hard time living on a remote island. They couldn't grow enough food or heat their homes. Many young people moved away, and others died because of poor health. And the last 36 people from Kilda were taken to bigger island in 1930. A brand new ghost town. Many ghost towns were once lived in. However, the world's largest ghost town has always been empty. In the early 20s, a coal-rich area was found in northern China. A city was built nearby the house hundreds of thousands of people. However, it was poorly planned. It was too big and too expensive. The brand new city stands mostly empty places. Ghost towns can be old or new, and they exist for many different reasons. However, they all have one thing in common. They are lonely places with secrets to share. Learning their stories brings life to places where only shadows and memories are left.
Good job!